hard to like get everything in.
Talk to me about what it's like returning kind of for the second film. Yeah.
It was amazing. Yeah, it was a long wait. Obviously, we had the whole COVID thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything sort of shut down for a couple of years. So coming back, joining the same team again, it was amazing.
And talk a little bit about Joaquin. I've heard he gets really like into the character, and what is it like kind of being on set with him?
It's very cool. It's like I think as an actor working with someone like him, it's a dream. He's just gets it going, and it's very intense. But yeah, best way to learn, I guess, is to work with someone who's good as him. But yeah, it just feels real when you're working with someone like him. When you have to do emotional scenes like in this, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I love it. You've seen the film already, I'm guessing?
Yeah,
okay.
First time I saw it last week.
Awesome, and you're feeling good about it?
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Yeah, it was just a real like buzz on set. The first one was pretty special to all of us.
Thank you.
Talk to me about what it's like, kind of a movie like this. Everybody kind of
lots of anticipation, a lot of buzz. I
exactly.
mean, look out here! It's like an old Hollywood style premiere. It's wonderful, and I think it's going to deliver. No, I know it's going to deliver. Some of what I saw Prem put together when I was on set, when I was working, was unique and was really special. I think from Gaga, Joaquin Phoenix, Brendan Gleeson. That's quality right there, man. That's quality.
Was there anyone you were particularly starstruck up against?
I think Brendan had just done, what was that wonderful?
Banshees?
Yes,
Yeah.
and that film just broke my freaking heart. So there was something about talking to him about the film. He was just so moving in that, because it was really right on top of, I think, his Oscar. In fact, I was the day that the Oscar nominations came out, he was nominated for it. So
wow.
That was a sweet little
That's
film.
a fun day,
So
yeah.
that was special, but come on, being around Gaga, that's not too shabby either.
But it is, maybe there's something funny too about Brendan, because he's like kind of himself, like it translates a little bit.
He's this big, gentle guy,
yeah.
you know, who can be tough, but he also, he's just a regular guy.
Yeah.
And the warmth and the innocence that he had in that film, any human being that can do that, I think is really special.
Yeah.
I really do. I love that film.
Were you a fan of any of the other, like the Batman world? Is this a
Absolutely. I mean, the joke of the first one was so wicked. I mean, there was something about that was so just twisted about that. And to take that and combine it with music, I think is going to make it really special. It's going to move it beyond. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure talking to you. Thank you. No, you won't.
already on the carpet.
Congratulations on tonight. I was listening to the interview you did with our other reporter in Venice, and you kind of talked about everything being entertainment.
Yes.
And I thought that was so interesting and something I'm cognizant of and think about. I'm curious how you think about kind of your role in creating entertainment.
Well, I think I have a rather traditional role in a traditional form of entertainment, and that's kind of the thing that I meant was like, well, if everything becomes entertainment, if a presidential debate is sold as entertainment, then what is it that we do? You know. So yeah, I don't know. It's something that we wrestle with. Weirdly, it's one of the themes underneath the film for sure.
And talk to me a little bit about what it's like to see the reviews coming in. Do you read them, or do you kind of just?
No, I have learned very early on that you have to be, you have to divorce yourself from the results. You have to really do it for the experience, and then it becomes somebody else's movie in some respect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know you talked about having to unlearn your singing technique. Talk to me about going into February for that next album, how you kind of approached it differently after unlearning your singing technique.
Well, when I went into the studio to record my 7th studio album, I wasn't thinking at all about creating a character in a film. I was just thinking about what music I wanted to make next, and I just sang with like everything in my body in a really unique way. I think my singing on LG7 is actually really different than anything I've done before.
Your fiance produced their Harlequin. What does it mean to you to have him by your side, not only through this project, but that recording process as well?
Michael is so brilliant in the way that he works, and he never ceases to amaze me. I've watched him in so many facets of business, in science, and biotech, and philanthropy, and somehow he's also magic at music. So we have this amazing creative bond, and making Harlequin with him was just completely special in every way.
You seem very happy.
Thank you.
I love Mr. Mercedes. That's Mr. Mercedes. I think that's what it's called.
I did. That's really great. Yeah, for finding the voice for characters.
Thank you. Very big fan. Calvary's one of my favorite movies ever. So it's interesting. I mean, you do such a wide variety of different types of movies. How do you think about, which roles you accept at this point in your career?
No, well, this was a particular high point in terms of I love Joaquin Phoenix. I worked with him a long time ago in The Village, but I hadn't got an awful lot of interaction, particularly with him. But I knew what kind of a person and what kind of an artist he was. So just getting a chance to get out on the dance floor within this time was really special.
Well, and it is hilarious. You and Colin, you just can't stay away from each other, even if it's tangential worlds.
I know. Yeah.
Have you talked about it?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not sure we're in the same dimension, but it's yeah, no, it's pretty amazing, especially the two things coming out together. But he's phenomenal, isn't he?
Yeah, he's so good.
Really great.
And I was curious, just to wrap up, if you, Maggie, I know you guys had worked together, Maggie Smith, you guys.
All right, yeah.
Did you guys ever, I don't know if you had a lot of scenes together.
Not a lot, but I spent an afternoon chatting to her at Oxford, which was very poignant, and she was in a very gentle mood, and she could be terrifying, as everybody knows. But yeah, she reminded me of, you know, your relation who terrifies everybody, but who's particularly fond of you. And she had that way of just, I'll never forget that afternoon. It was one of the nicest times ever. Yeah.
Thank you, Brendan.
Yeah, we miss her. Thank you.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So congratulations. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great. Yeah, it's really exciting to be there.
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about, you know, you have these like big stars that you're working with. Have you kind of like, did the nerves persist during, or are you?
Yeah, for sure. It was certainly like an unusual, slightly intimidating experience to be working with people of that stature. I mean, they're as good as it gets. You know, I think they're genuine icons of the craft. You know, and so that certainly wasn't lost on me. It was very intimidating, but they were kind of so gracious and generous with the way they sort of treated me on set and the way they welcomed me into the cast and the project. And so I was made to feel really comfortable and confident way sooner than I expected. You know, and that's a testament to Todd as well, and the kind of the atmosphere that he generated on set. And there was a real tone of kind of collaboration and yeah, I just got a sense that this is not really the way that movies of this size are made. It felt like an indie film, you know.
That's funny,
and so yeah, it was such a privilege.
Well, and it's funny because maybe a part of this is like Todd strikes me as somebody who like shoots from the hip in a way that maybe a lot of people are very, you know, closed off in some ways. Sure. How was he as a director? How was it working with him?
Yeah, exactly that. You know, very kind of instinctive and completely relaxed. You know, horizontally relaxed. He knows exactly what he wants, and it's just his job to kind of communicate that to everyone else. And there's an enormous amount of faith in him and his vision for the film, which is just as well because he's such a bold, massive swing, I think, creatively and tonally. And so, yeah, he had everyone's backing and the full support, I think, of the studio and the team that he assembled around him. So it was just lovely to be amongst the atmosphere, and yeah, he was definitely the leader. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Have a good night.